How you doing, guys? Today I'm gonna talk about people who has issues with procrastination and the reason behind it. And if you check my videos about vector psychology, you can find anal vector. And anal vector was first discovered by Freud. He's the one who discovered and tried to connect it to our psychology part of the body, but it didn't really make it as a system. He couldn't really finish it, but it was recently done about 20 years ago. It was done, put into the system. The person who started it was Ganzen, Russian professor, scientist in psychology, and then the other professor, the other scientist, actually was his name is Tolkachev Victor, and he's the one who finished that system of vector psychology. And that vector that we're gonna talk, it's actually anal vector. Now, the procrastination, it starts even from the childhood. So if you go back to your childhood, these people, their origin zone, it's anus and all gastrointestinal tract. So it's usually, by the way, 1% of the population that have stuttering. It's, by the way, it's the same vector who has these issues, and I'm gonna explain in another video why it happens. Some of the cases can be treated if it's still probably child under 6 years old. Now, also by the vector psychology. Now, another thing about the anal vector people, the psychologically they wanna have these people who wants to have everything in order, everything has to be organized, everything has to be clean. Sometimes they stubborn a little bit, sometimes a lot. And it's all started when they used to go to the restroom for act of defecation. They started to feel that it gave them some kind of, you can say, pleasure, because that's their origin zone. It's anus. It's their most sensitive part of the body. They have those receptors of every vector, by the way, has that sensitive part of the body. So you can go and check my other videos. So this person, the child, when he felt that, you can say, pleasure, he started to hold for his act of defecation. He started to hold on to it, and he started to, until he gives him some sort of pain. And usually, if it's and then when he goes and do the act of defecation, then it gives him kind of pleasure. So it's pain and then pleasure, pain and then pleasure. So if that person, by the way, gets frustrated in life through family, if he gets abused, those people, by the way, could become, and if they, by the way, are undeveloped, I'm going to explain what I mean by that, they can become sadistic, because the pain and then pleasure, what they experience, they want to pass it to you. They think that you're going to kind of enjoy the same way. So they want to beat you and then release you. They want to hurt you, and then they'll leave you, and they think you're gonna like experience psychologically. They don't even understand. And if it's really deep, if they really get damaged in their neurosis and their psychology gets damaged and get really abused, they can become also pedophiles. So that's the only vector, and it's close to 20% of our population. Now, they can be, if they developed, if a person, I mean, if it's psychologically okay and everything is fine, they can be the best, like family people, have like good family, they like kids, they love kids more than the mama, because in ancient time, they were like teachers, like tutors. They were tutoring young warriors. They were protecting the house when everybody at war or hunting. They were kind of protecting the house and teaching young kids how to become warriors and how to, and they have good memory, by the way, because they should, any good teacher cannot teach or remember things without good memory. So these people have the best memory. And also people with this vector is they um, they very, I mean, they cannot lie. Those people that they just can't lie. They always, they're always honest. They never steal. They never lie. But they could, as I said, they could become, as their real frustrations and a lot of anxieties, they could become really bad for society. So you have to be aware of that. And the procrastination, let's get back to our procrastination. So it's when they go to the restroom for act of defecation and they procrastinate it, it becomes like a tendency. They start to doing it all the time. And when they, by the way, why they like to be organized, why they like to be everything clean, it's the same thing. They have to clean after they're done with their act of defecation. They have to clean it completely. They have to finish it. So they have to, until they're not finished, they cannot leave the restroom. So all these tendencies becomes in their life, like they have to finish things. They don't feel comfortable if they don't finish something. So they have to finish. They never lie with it. They always trustworthy. And the same thing, they can become stuttered, like kids especially in the childhood. What happens is when I have like dermal mother who always rushing. You can check my other video about dermal vector person. Always rushing. Hey, come on, let's go. He's going to the restroom. She's screaming at him, hurry up. Let's go. We're on way to the school or whatever. And it damages their nervous system because they have to finish it calmly. And when the mother doesn't understand that, she's screaming at him, she's pushing him, hurry up. It can also damage their nervous system. So if you have this kind of child, you have to be careful. They have to do everything. They cannot multitask. They have to do everything at the same time. They cannot do two things at the same time. So they need to be really focused. Don't bother them while they're doing something. If you already gave them some task, don't really bother them. Let them finish it because they always have to finish their task and they're best at that. So always pay attention to that. Now, why the child can become stuttering? It's when the same thing when he gets beaten, abused, is when he gets under stress. That person, they usually have problem with the stomach because it's not their sensitive body, just not honest. It's all gastrointestinal tract. So it goes all the way up and they cannot kind of talk. Sometimes when they get nervous, they can't even talk. You say like, like dry mouth. They can't even say the word because it's all connected. That's the same person. They have to sometimes, by the way, if they under stress, they really have to go to restroom. I mean, all their connection to the physiology, all connected to the gastrointestinal tract and anus. So it's all kind of connected. So anything happen, any stress, or they have to go to restroom, or hard for them to say something, or so it's very important if you put them under stress. Those are consequences that you can have, especially if it's your children and you need to pay attention. Or if you have a business and you have these people who work for you, give them tasks, let them finish, don't bother them, don't try to give them two tasks. You can give it to dermal vector person, you can give him 100 things at the same time. He has no issues with multitasking, he's fast, he's flexible, completely opposite psychology, physiology, completely opposite personality. Can do 100 things at the same time. That's what he needs to do. You do the same thing to another person. You're gonna make him. You're gonna put him in a bad situation. Now, um, I'm I'm gonna get another video and I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in all that because it's gonna take probably a couple hours. So I'll see you guys in the next video.